The morning was wrapped in golden light as steam hissed from the old train resting at Pinebrook Station. A small town, quiet and framed by hills, where life moved slowly. People waved handkerchiefs, children clung to their mothers, and vendors shouted out one last call for pastries and papers. In the middle of the crowd, a German shepherd named Bruno sat proudly at the feet of his owner, Thomas, a young man in a crisp military uniform. Thomas knelt beside Bruno, his hands trembling slightly as he held the dog's face. "You be good now, boy," he whispered. "I'll be back before the leaves fall." Bruno licked his hand, tail wagging gently, not knowing what war or duty meant, only that his human smelled like goodbye. Thomas stood, gave one last look, and boarded the train. As the wheels began to churn and smoke curled into the air, Bruno tried to follow, barking once sharp, confused. A station guard gently held him back. "He'll be back soon," the guard said, tying Bruno's leash to a post under the old bench. But the train didn't stop, and Thomas didn't return that day, nor the next. Bruno didn't leave. He waited. Days turned 2 weeks. Leaves began to curl brown and fall gently onto the station floor. Rain came. Snow whispered across the platform. Still Bruno stayed. The townsfolk grew used to his presence. A girl from the bakery would bring him bread every morning. The old station master, Mr. Henley, laid out a blanket for him each night. Travelers paused to pet him, moved by the soft sadness in his eyes. Don't matter the weather, Bruno sat by the tracks. At the exact spot where Thomas had vanished into the fog, trains came and went. Bruno stood up every time, ears perked, tail high. And each time, when Thomas didn't step off, he'd lower his head, return to his bench, and wait. A journalist passing through took a photo of him captioned, "The Loyal One." The story spread. But Bruno didn't care for headlines. He only cared for one whistle, one voice. And deep inside, something told him Thomas would return. 3 years passed. Bruno was older, now his fur grayer, his eyes slower, but still, he waited. Children who had once played beside him had grown. The station had been repainted, but Bruno remained the same constant. One quiet morning, a soldier stepped off a train, limping slightly, his face partially hidden beneath a cap and scars. He looked around, confused, haunted. Bruno stirred. His ears twitched, his nose lifted. Then, the tail. It wagged once, twice. And then, like a storm breaking, Bruno lunged forward with a bark that shook the platform. The soldier looked up, his eyes widened. Bruno, it was Thomas, bruised by war but alive. Bruno cried out, almost human sound, and leaped into his arms. Thomas dropped his cane, hugging the dog like a long-lost brother. People at the station clapped, some wiping tears. For a moment time froze, man and dog, separated by war, reunited by love. They walked home together, through the streets of Pinebrook, side by side, Thomas leaning on Bruno more than his cane. Windows opened, faces smiled. The town watched as if the world had been set right again. At home the door creaked open after years of silence. Dust rose, memories stirred. Thomas sat on the porch, Bruno beside him, head on his lap, eyes finally at peace. In the evenings, they'd watch trains roll by from afar, but Bruno never went to the station again. He didn't need to. His wait was over. Years passed, seasons cycled, and when Bruno's time came, it was under that same sky, beside the man he had waited for. He was buried beneath the tree in their yard, a small plaque above him. He waited, and people still tell his tale, of a dog who waited not because he was trained to, but because he loved. Moral message: true loyalty waits without question, without fear, and without end. Sometimes, love just knows the way home.